Just going to talk you through what they mean and explain what happens in your brain when you feel stressed and your survival instinct kicks in. So we have two sides of our brain. We have the left side, which is the logical, rational thinking part of our brain, and we have the right side, which is the emotional brain, and this is where our survival instinct kicks in. So when our brain believes that we're in danger, it sets in motion this chain of events to ultimately keep us alive. The problem is we don't have to be in danger. So when we're thinking about experiences that we've had in the past, or we're dwelling on the what ifs or assumptions or catastrophic thinking for the future, it can lead our brain to believe that we're under current threat. So when our brain believes we're in danger, the first thing that happens is our thalamus comes online. And this is the part of our brain that's like the data analyst. It takes in the information and it works out what's needed. And it alerts our amygdala. Now, our amygdala is the part of our brain that's like a fire alarm. It sirens and signals in order for our brain to understand that some action might need to be taken to keep us safe. So when our amygdala starts to siren, we become highly aroused. And by this, I might expect to see symptoms such as a racing heart, rapid breathing, a raise in temperature. We might feel hypervigilant or like our senses are really acute. These are all symptoms of high arousal. And it's at this point we can put some strategies in place to de-escalate if we're not in current danger. If we don't, the next thing that happens is our hypothalamus comes online and dumps chemicals into our bloodstream. So we have cortisol, the stress hormone, and adrenaline dumped into our bloodstream to help us get ready to fight or run away. At the same time, the oxygen that's normally travelling around our bloodstream and through our brain, helping us make decisions, is diverted to our muscles for the same reason, to help us to get ready to fight or run away if there's a threat. Now you'll notice on the handout in our midbrain, we have a part of our brain called the hippocampus. And this part of our brain is responsible for our perception of time. It's the counterbalance to our amygdala. So it works out whether the threat is real or not. And it's also the part of our brain that's involved in the processing and integration of experiences and memories. So if we're unable to work out if the threat is real, if we don't manage to de-escalate that survival instinct as it starts on its path, those fear chemicals that are released, the cortisol and the adrenaline, suppress our hippocampus. So at this point, we have no counterbalance to say things are okay. Our perception of time can be skewed. We might feel like it's been 3 hours and it's actually 10 minutes. So we can see there's a whole heap of things going on in our brain when we're believing that we're in danger, when we're thinking and spending a lot of time with catastrophic thoughts or worrying. It really impacts our brain, our body, and our whole nervous system, because all of this system that's going on with our fight or flight, our survival instinct, it impacts our nervous system. And that's a fundamental part of us as human beings. So we really need to think about what can we do in order to calm our nervous system down. How can we reassure our amygdala, or check out even whether the threat is real or is it imagined? Are we responding to our thoughts rather than what's happening in the present? So our amygdala chooses one of 5 defences in order to try and fundamentally keep us alive, because our amygdala prioritises physical integrity. So we've got 3 active defences, which are fight, flight, or friend. And friend might be shout for help, ring 999, scream, beg. These are 3 active defences, so we're actively doing something. And we have 2 passive defences, which are freeze or flop. And our amygdala chooses instinctively which of these is going to be most beneficial based on the situation. So we're not making rational decisions, we're not choosing which one to do or what our behaviour is. Our amygdala is acting on instinct. So let's have a look at the window of tolerance. You'll notice on the download that there's 3 sections here. So the middle section, the green section, that's our window of tolerance, and everybody's window is different based on their life experiences. So our window of tolerance is where we can access both logic and emotion. So we're able to access all parts of our brain and we can cope. Now, when we're highly aroused and activated, we go one of two ways. We either go over our window of tolerance, that red section at the top, and this is hyper-arousal. This is our fight or flight. This is a sense that we can't calm down. We might be hyper-vigilant. We might have a racing heart. We might have a panic attack. All of those really uncomfortable feelings are because we've gone over our window of tolerance. Or we go under our window of tolerance, that area below, that's hypoarousal. This is your freeze or flop. So hypoarousal means that we feel like we're shutting down. We might feel overwhelmed. We might feel lethargic and unmotivated. We might not feel like we're able to get out of bed. And these are all symptoms of hypoarousal. Now, being out of our window of tolerance is a normal response to an abnormal situation. So there's nothing wrong with us when we're out of our window of tolerance. We just need to find a way to get back in it.